All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to TUFL Game of the Week. You're being presented today by New Era Media, hosted by The Backyard. You have the Dallas Vikings taking on the North Texas Seminoles. Seminoles are going to be 9-0, I believe, coming into this contest. 8-0, excuse me. And the Vikings are 7-1. Somewhere around there, we had a weird year due to weather, so it's an undefeated, unblemished Seminole team taking on the one-loss Vikings. And that loss happened to come from the Seminoles back in week 3 or 4. Waiting on a few whistles, and looks like a soccer goal to get removed. The Seminoles look like they are set to kick off here to start the game against the Dallas Vikings, who are going to be in all white with the red numbering. Seminoles in the maroon color with gold. Lots of rain before the game, so the teams did show up in a more collective unit, whether it be all waiting till the rain stopped to get out the cars or showing up at the same time. Both teams should be ready. We are in Venus, Texas, as you'll see in the end zones, home of the Bulldogs. As a TUFL thanks them for letting us host the game here. Again, thanks for tuning in. Football on a Saturday night where the rain seems to have cleared out for the moment. Interesting to see what the Seminole offense comes out looking like. Tyler Bates does not seem to be in uniform. Undefeated. This is for the division championship, but going to the playoffs regardless. The Seminoles and the Vikings are, I believe, but it is a little bit more personal being that they have lost already. And it's interesting to always see how tiebreakers shake out, given the multiple talks and rumors around the setup for the TUFL playoffs and who will be playing who. Big games this weekend around in West Texas as well. So we will see. And as we have a kickoff deep, received by number 7. I believe it goes by Rowe. Number 7 up, finds a seam, makes one miss, spins, gets it down to around the 35-yard line. And we're going to see Kendall KT Thomas take over. You will hear me refer to him as KT. I have played with him before, as I have played with a lot of these guys before. So KT and his offense, as a receiver I've thrown to him, he'll take over as the QB. Expect a lot of spread formations with KT. Knows how to navigate the pocket well. Can use his legs when he needs to. So Thomas will be in the backfield here with a 2x2 set. Running backs off to the right. Good snap. Read. Handoff. Gets about 3 yards on the carry. Possibly a 4. Pending spot. Down to the 40. Definitely a solid gain for the run. I believe that was number 30, number 10 on the carry. Rosters do change throughout the year, with them locking later this year. Another handoff up the middle, gain of about 2. As number 10 takes the carry. Again, pardon me if rosters' names are wrong. I will refer to you by what I was given. As the offense comes here again in a 2x2 set. As they do pass, breaks contain, lobs it up for number 15, and it's just a little too far to the sideline. As contain was broken, 42 defensive end, looks like for the Seminoles, got a little too far inside. Thomas at QB able to break away, tries to hit number 15 deep. DeAndre Singleton. As we do get some rotations coming in. As number 23, I believe that's Jalen. 4th down. This looks like a punt formation, stacked receivers. As they line up to punt. Pretty good punt for the weather. He's going to let it bounce. Oh, friendly bounce. He picks it up. Scoops, breaks contain. Has a lane. Gets up the sideline for a nifty 10 to 15 extra yards. So ball is going to be placed on the 35. So we'll field swap here. As we get the first sight at the Seminoles offense. Which, as you heard me say, as the ball changes possession again, ball will be marked at the 45-yard line. The Viking offense gets a second shot here. Big old line, but they didn't get much of the push that I was expecting. Given the circumstances, you would think that there would be some gaps with only 3 down linemen and 1 middle linebacker for the Seminoles. But talking with them, those guys are a close group. As the Vikings come out and spread with stacked up top. Handoff. Looks like a little bit of a counter as number 8 is going to have nowhere to go. I believe that was Jordan Perry on the carry. as they break out here. Number 84, Zion Gaydon at the top of your screen. Looks like Mon Roberts is in the slot at the top, along with 15, Singleton. 13 is there as well. As they do have a pass, Thomas breaks contain, throws it in the middle. Gaydon with the reception, going to have a gain of about 7 to 8 yards. Tough catch in traffic. Hit in the helmet, but no flag. As we have another crucial third down where the last one, the Seminoles had the advantage here as they get a penalty, and theirs is on 4th down. So as we take a look here in 3rd and very short, so they did move the spot up, about a 9-yard gain. Trips to the right. No motion, 2-step drop. Throws the tip slant, and it's caught. Way to focus on the ball as the linebacker got his hands up, possibly a D-end. Ball pops up in the air, and Singleton's still able to find it at the bottom of your screen there. Big time catch. As they hustle to the line and line up in trips to the short side of the field. Man-on-man coverage up top as they run it with number 8. Nowhere to go. He's going to actually get back to the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10 again. As they'll have a 2nd and about 9 yards as they break out in trips again now to the double hash mark side of the field. Bottom receivers just outside the numbers as they fake the read. He's going to the single coverage, guys. He throws it up, and both DB and Gaydon go up to make the play, but oh, just a towel. Thought there was some laundry on the field. It is a towel, so incomplete pass as the jump ball was thrown. As we're going to have a 3rd and 9 here as the Vikings go with trip set again to the left. Running back's also to the left. I believe that's Lynn Miles in at running back. As he does switch to the opposite of the receiver. So trips left, running back to the right. 3-man rush, good protection, has time, finds his receiver. As the ball's down, that's a 1st down. Move the chains, ball's down to the 17-yard line. Vikings are on the move here, trying to be the first to put up points. Motion across your screen into trips. No one there as he chunks the ball to the end zone. Decent ball. Receiver got a hand on it, but looks like he was just trying to see if he could get up there. Ball floats out of end zone. I like the throw. I like the patience. Found a receiver. He was actually the first read, and he made it all the way back to him in a deep cross back of the end zone. Gaydon couldn't make the reception. As the Vikings come out here with a trips to the top of your screen, to the right, running backs to the right. Expect a run up the gut here, and they do give it to Lynn. And he is hit hard from 2 different directions, starting with number 44, and I believe number 24 was in on the tackle as well. That's Joshua Bridgewater. And Jeremy Thomas down there in the trenches, getting the work done for the Seminoles. As they get set here in a traditional spread set again, running back to the right, no fake, 3-step drop, has time, throws the slant to Mon Roberts as he catches it. That's going to be another stick mover. Down to the, looks like 3-yard line, possibly 2. As you see here, they're looking to punch it in. Lynn still in, the bigger back. They've added a down lineman. 2 linebackers walked up. They give it to him. Sidestep, puts a hand on the ground, fights forward for maybe a yard or 2. Mouthpiece goes flying from somewhere. Scooped up there. Gain of a yard. Down to the 2. We're going to have a second down and goal from the 2 with 2 yards to go. It's a lot of 2s not to add up to a touchdown here. 2, 4, 6, right? Second down. 2 yards to go from the 2. Lynn still in. Read option. KT keeper. I'm calling it. Oh, no. They give it to Lynn, and he falls short. Yep. 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. All right, so the end is still staying home on KT here. I know I called the keeper, but definitely always like the read option down here with, as far as me being a QB myself. As they come out with the same set, looks like the QB is a little bit closer now as he's under center. Possibly a QB sneak, and yes it is. Takes one hit, falls forward for about a yard. They're going to give him this touchdown, I bet. Let's see. And yep, top screen. Line judge says touchdown. Other refs come in to confer as he gets up there. And yeah, we got a touchdown as Big Corey, I believe, number 78, gets in there, makes the play. Leads the QB to pay dirt. So your score is going to be 6-0 with about 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Vikings do score on their second possession as they line up for the PAT. Seminoles do look to take the field. Kick is up. Kick is good. 7-0. Vikings over the Seminoles. And we'll be right back. As you saw there, return by the Seminoles down to around the 37-yard line. Lots of cuts, in, out, in, out. Scooted up the sideline for about an extra 15 to 20 yards from his initial cut. So definitely was on the analog stick there. Looks like there was some form of uniform malfunction. 4 comes in motion. Fakes the handoff. Looks to throw. Linemen are downfield, and McNeil's not going anywhere here as he loses about 7 to 8 yards. As it looks like it was meant to be hand off. All the linemen were out left, pulling, looking for someone to block. Tough loss there as they lose about 7 to 8 yards. Two by two set, running backs to the right. Read option, hand off to number 15. Again, nowhere to go as, oh boy, going backwards again as this offense just doesn't look the same. Sorry, without Tyler Bates in there. Let's see if McNeil can shake it off and show why he's the guy behind number 2. As we could be set for a superhero sighting. Changing real quick in the bathroom. Comes out to play. Comes back and disrupts these Vikings plans. Let's see here. McNeil comes out in the gun. 2 by 2 set. Running back is to the right. He gets about a 3-step drop. He's looking deep. Nowhere to go. Stands tall, though. Throws it to number 4 in the middle of the field. It's going to be Daniel Spencer. As last game you heard his name quite a bit. I believe he had 2 first-half touchdowns as he gets his first grab here. Tried to get it to him earlier on the jet sweep coming left, and looks like the play might have been busted as they come out again in the hurry-up offense, 2 by 2. As they look again to Daniel Spencer, and this time he's roughed up a little bit down there. Still gain of about 15 yards. Ball's on the 20 as they're looking to hurry this thing up. McNeil directing traffic. Coming out in trips, bunch to the left. Number 80 down at the bottom of your screen, Denzel Winston. Man-to-man coverage, but the safety is over top, respecting the fact that he's a deep threat. He looks all the way left, floats one to the end zone, just misses his guy as it was there. Great play call, kind of threw his receiver open. Looks like that was number 82 on the reception, Isaiah Holmes. As they overthrew him. McNeil did there as he gets the play from the sideline. As the Viking defense looks a little worn out here, but they got 5-6 DBs dropping back at a time. Not sure how the receiver was that open, but you know, at the tip of the red zone, things do get a little tougher. Seminoles looking at 2nd and 10 here from the 20. McNeil in the gun. Receivers to the top of your screen as the bottom is a little bit more split. Read option. Keeper by McNeil. Ooh, makes 1 miss, 2 miss. Got to put the ball away. Does. He's going to lose a yard on the keeper there. As we'll have a 3rd down and 10. Excuse me, 3rd down and 11 as they do lose a yard, a big one too, big yard, so it's almost 2-yard loss here. Let's say 3rd and 12. 2 by 2 set, running backs to the left. Touch pass to number 12 as he jets across, gets 1 block, 2 block, maybe gain of 2 yards. Put them back in the red zone, but it's going to be 4th down as we'll see if they have a field goal kicker. Or if they're just going to go ahead and go for this one. McNeil's still on the field, so I'm assuming he's going to still play. Yep, here we go. McNeil stays out there. They're going to go for it here on 4th and about 9. 2 by 2 set. 15's in the backfield. As he throws across the middle, number 12, he's going to have the 1st down, and the ball comes out, but there is laundry down at the 17-yard line. Looks to be some form of coming back. We'll see if it's on the defense. Was it a free play? Let's see what happens here. As the ball's going forward, it was a free play. Looks like it was encroachment. Excuse me, offsides. Getting the explanation from the ref here. They're saying that I believe he was simulating a snap, so he can't fake a clap or... I've seen QBs do this the right way. You just can't really flinch back there, and it's got to be very sound. Tyler Bates does a good job of this himself. As again, he's not on the field tonight. Not really developing story anymore. He is not dressed out here tonight. As they come out in the spread set, and we got a referee timeout, looking to get the explanation here. As they would have declined it if it's then, but wants a clarification here, and I would too, because why didn't the reception count? As he explains why. I'm not sure, as I try to come up, I know the game fairly well, and I'm wondering what that means as you see Tyler Bates there flipping the football around. He did make it. So he is down there on the field, just, again, not dressed out. All right, looks like the refs are done explaining as whatever it is, the down and distance did not change. As you still have a 4th down and 5 yards, in which it was 4th and 10. Play probably should have been blown dead and wasn't, or it's just a free 5 yards. And we got another whistle again. And we get one more whistle here, and we're going to end up taking a break. Again, we're still looking for ad space, so if you do want a little bit of space on these broadcasts each week, usually we get about 1 game a week. We'll be willing to fill you in. If you have any ideas in mind, let us know. Either at thebackyard@yahoo.com or New Era Media. Again, your score is 7-0. The Vikings lead the Seminoles. Referees huddling up, teams huddling up. Looks like we're going to have some type of timeout or game stoppage here. So, again, it's first quarter with about 1:20 left. The Vikings do lead 7-0. The Seminoles have the ball, though, down at the 11 in about a 4th and 5 situation. As we take a break here from Venus, Texas. TUFL Game of the Week, Dallas Vikings taking on the North Texas Seminoles. All right, everybody, we are back. For a moment we were, as the Vikings now want an explanation as the ball's moved up 2 yards, which seems to be right. So 4th and 4 instead of 4th and 6, because it was a 4th and 9. There's nice breeze now as the rain came through earlier, kind of cleared out here in Venus, Texas. Again, Marcus McNeil, number 3, is the QB tonight for the Seminoles, as he's leading this drive here, looking to match the Vikings. Couple overthrown balls so far, but has made some nice completions across the middle of the field. Anywhere from 10 to 15, almost up to 20 yards in one. Spreading it around, definitely. As once again, maybe we can get a look at the sidelines here of see if we can get some shots in as TUFL. This is New Era Media presented by the Backyard myself. Let's see if we can get some screen time for some of these semi-pro players here as we take a look at the Seminoles sideline. See if we can zoom in on some of these guys here as the refs and trainers are sprinting off, but you see here their sideline. Got some good numbers, good turnout today. As the whistle is blowing here as we head back to the film that you want to see, being the Seminoles offense looking to score here for the Vikings. McNeil in the gun, 2x2, drops back, 5-step drop, twitches, steps up in the pocket, then out, looks up, looks to run, gives a stiff arm, but doesn't really go nowhere. He's down to the 17-yard line. It's probably going to be a sack on 4th down. You definitely got to give your guys a chance and just toss one up. He's got big weapons in Denzel Winston, as well as Daniel Spencer. I mean, you got to let the ball go here. I'm not sure how much time this year Marcus McNeil has seen, and I'm not sure what that looks like, but he's got to let that one go there. So he made a nice play to get up and out of the pocket, but unfortunately, you just got to put it up there on 4th down for your guys. Nowhere really to go. So as the Vikings offense quickly takes the field. They come out in a 2x2 set. Lots of room at the top of your screen with the safety. And then they motion to the crowded side. And they run it back the other way. Oh, and he's going nowhere as his help is on the way. Going to lose about a yard or two here. As I'm not sure who carried that ball there, but he had nowhere to run. I didn't see what that looked like. As Thomas heads to the sideline, looks like they're going to take the quarter as we'll be back. It's going to end the first quarter. The Vikings lead 7-0, and they also have the ball. 2nd and about 11 yards on their own 17-yard line as we'll be back. All right, y'all. We are back as the second quarter begins. Vikings have the ball, 2x2. 5-step drop as KT breaks contain again, but help this time coming from number 99, Jake Glasscock. As he'll get credit, I believe, with the sack. Loss of about 3 or 4 yards. Again, it just seems that there's just a lot of names on this Seminoles team that they're not new to making plays. They're the brotherhood that they got on that team is definitely one to witness firsthand. Make you think about what type of team they got over there as they run the speed option to the right. Pitch to number 34. Makes 1 miss, 2 miss, steps out of bounds as number 34, Jamon Brewer with the carry. Nifty moves, maybe get them back to where they started, but it's going to be 4th down as it looks like the punt team's going to come out. And we'll have a 4th and 9 as the Seminoles defense gives up a yard on the series. All right, punt formation. Thomas gets a punt off. Spirals coming to the sideline. Ball will be placed around the 45, 46-yard line. As it does hit out of bounds. Referees get it situated here, and the ball is going to be placed at the 47-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 Seminoles as we get another shot here to look at the Seminole offense. As we're set here, they come out in a trips left as you have Denzel Winston at the top of the screen by himself, isolated. McNeil in the gun, running backs to the right. As we have speed option right, he keeps it, tripped up, down, loss of 2 yards. Let's say 3 yards. As McNeil has nowhere to go. As just inside 13 minutes to go in the second quarter. Quick break. Everyone sprints to the line. 2-by-2 set. Running backs to the right. McNeil in the gun. Read option. Hands off to number 15. He finds a seam. He's going to spin down about 14, 15-yard gain. It's going to be enough to move the chains. Ball's going to be down at the 35-yard line as the speed offense comes into play as they go again 2-by-2. Ball snap. Hand off again, has another lane, makes 1, 2 miss, move the chains, another 11. As the referee just seems to put the ball, pick it up, put it down. They're in place, they're ready to go. This Seminole offense is moving fast. 2-by-2 set, running back to the left this time. Another handoff, nope. Option keeper, but he runs straight ahead, almost like a veer. So he's going to get about 3 yards still on the carry as this speed offense, hurry up offense, if you will, is taking its toll on the Vikings, who just made a defensive change. Wilford came off. Denzel at the top of your screen. Handoff to 15. He's got a lane. Makes 1 miss, 2 miss. As number 15 with the carry. Said his name a lot. It's Dietrich James. As he's moving. 2-by-2 set, and the Seminoles get what they want as the Vikings call a timeout. As that offense is gashing people. As they huddle up here and we get a timeout. Seminoles are driving. They got the ball down inside the 10-yard line. We're going to have a 1st and goal when we get back. All right, here we go. Offense gets slowed down by a timeout. Let's see if they can pick up that same momentum. 2-by-2 set. Straight drop. Throws the fade high into the air. As that's not going to be a penalty because the ball is uncatchable. Receiver stops. DB runs into him. That ball was thrown high up into the air. Way too high for a basic fade route. Although they did take the large side of the field, you got to put a little bit more zip on there. Let's drop back and try again, McNeil. As I saw a couple signals coming from the sideline here. From the Seminoles sideline as they were giving some calls in. They break the huddle conventionally this time. Got a 2-by-2 set. Running back is to the right. As they do hand it off. Finds a lane. Gets the ball down to about the 7-yard line. As looks like a little banged up player comes out. Number 6 is checking in. That's Justin Holden. He'll be on top of your screen there with number 12, Zach Dixon. To the right. As we get a bigger lineup down here at the bottom in Isaiah Holmes and Daniel Spencer. If you look at me here, Spencer has a slant given the linebacker not dropping. Let's see if he takes it. As they look up, and they do look slant. McNeil escapes, gets away. He's going to look to run. Dives and does not get in. Wow, stonewalled. Linebackers were there to meet him as he lunged forward and made one miss, maybe two. Great effort. It's what you want to see by your QB, assuming he is healthy. But the ball's down to the 1, and they're hurrying up. These linebackers are coming, and they get in there. Is it enough? He's in there. He's in there. Let's see if that was enough. Looks like James was on the carry, and he's going to get the touchdown. If they get in there, score is going to be 7-6. As we're starting to get a little bit of rain. I'm thinking they're going to go for 2. I'm not sure if they do have a kicker. They do have a field goal kicker. Let's see what we cook up here. They went for it on 4th, and I believe they were in the red zone earlier. But let's see what happens here. Their kicker comes out. It's number 33, I believe, Joshua Ford. As he's going to get set here as the Vikings bring on 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They look good to go. Looks like they are coming from one side here. Left side of the pocket here. Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. 7-7. 2 minutes, second quarter and 9 minutes left. As we have a tie game. TUFL game of the week. Seminoles versus Vikings. We'll be back. So we're back here. Vikings offense come out in the I formation as you do see the rain starting to kick up. He's not going to go anywhere. Bottom of your screen there. Maybe gain of 2 to 3 yards. As the rain's starting to come down a little bit here. So you see some under center formations here. He's in the I. As we have a play action. Looking to throw it into the flat. Slippery. Falls down. Would have been better off to drop it there as they're going to lose 2 yards. Completion on the play, but they're definitely going to lose 2 yards. So you can see there the rain is dropping. Straight down. Looks like some good football rain. Drops back, nowhere to go. We're going to have a sack. Thomas was in spread, dropped back, and there he's that guy again. Jake Glasscock with the sack. As they're going to lose some yardage here. As the rain is coming down. Punt formation. Thomas gets it off. Best punt of the night with the rain coming down at the heaviest time. Good bounce. Right into his hands, though. That's James back there. He just scored the last touchdown. Gets it down to the 21-yard line as the offense runs on to the field, looking to get going pretty quickly. As everybody is getting set here, as the rain's coming down, make some changes here as the offense comes back onto the field. There. It says live. Be frank. Do you care about that? Do you care about this? All right, y'all. A few technical difficulties there with the voice, but we were able to get the game back up and going there. Vikings punted, and the weather wasn't that great of a punt as the Vikings now have the ball. As Thomas throws and no receiver even in the area. It must have been a two-step throw fade, but Zion Gayton didn't go up for a route that time as they have a 2nd and goal here. The ball's around the 6-yard line. So catch you back up to speed. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter. Scores tied 7-7 with the Vikings coming out within the 10-yard line. They come out in a 2-by-2 set. Running backs to the left. No fake. Step back. Breaks contained. Thomas looks to the sideline. It is wet and it showed. Ball's thrown short. As Mon Roberts was there for the reception. Underthrown. As number 5 was in coverage. Dwayne Donald. As they come out here again in a spread set. Thomas in the gun. As they run the option left. Makes one miss. Late pitch. And it's scooped up and walked in. As I believe that was Jamon Brewer on the pitch. As he scores. Split the end. Late pitch by KT. He did take a hit, but sometimes that's the price you got to pay for a touchdown. Scores 13-7. Point after on its way. All right, we got a left-footed kicker here, so let's see if it gets up and over. Ball's down, and he kicks it out, and the kick is good. 14-7, the Dallas Vikings lead the North Texas Seminoles with 2 minutes and 27 seconds left to go in the second quarter. All right, that return goes nowhere as they get it down to around the 14-yard line. And we'll get a look at Marcus McNeil again as he comes out as the QB for the Seminoles tonight. And we'll see if he can go down and tie this game up. All right, quickly in and out the huddle. Seminoles come out. Spread set. Running backs to the right of McNeil, who is in the gun. Good snap. Handoff left. Makes one miss, and he gashes him for about 8 yards. That's James on the carry again. He's averaging at least about 6 or 7 yards a carry, if not more. One drive, he had 3 back-to-back runs for 10-plus yards. As we have another 2-by-2 set, running backs to the right. And looks like we're going to have a timeout on the field. Seminoles, I believe. Referees huddle up here amongst the timeout. As you can see, the field is now shiny. He caught a nice shower there through about the last 3 to 4 minutes of game clock here in the second quarter. Excuse and apologize any interruptions we had, but weather seems to be coming in waves tonight, as there was a heavier storm like that one before we started as well. As we get back here. All right, 2-by-2 set. Running backs to the right of McNeil. Bobbles the snap, able to pick it back up. Steps up in the pocket. He's now running, takes a hit as he's going to lose about 2 yards. We're going to have a 3rd and 5 as they look to convert. Clock is rolling, so it's around a minute 35 seconds. All right, Seminoles break the huddle. Rush to the line. They might try to quick snap here. 3rd and 5, 2-by-2 set. In the pistol, running back is directly behind McNeil. Secures the snap, hands off to the left. Cuts up, makes 1 miss, 2 miss, 3. Still on his feet as he squirts out. He's going to go at least down to the 54-yard line. The ball pops out late, but they do say he was down. They say he's down and someone else is possibly hurt. It's never what you want to see, but James is up. He is okay, but there's a Vikings player down after the long 20-yard run. We were just talking about how he breaks a couple runs, and he's able to get the ball down there. As we're going to have an injury, so we're going to take a break here and hope this player is all right. 45 seconds left to go in the second quarter. All right, we're back. It was Jordan Neely. He did get up and go off the field. Had to have some help, but let's hope he is all right. Seminoles offense comes out. 1st and 10, just across the 50 in a 2x2 set. Weather's cleared up, so McNeil has time. Lofts one deep over everybody's heads. So, incomplete pass here, but he is able to drop back and let it fly now that the weather has cleared up. Field's probably still a little bit slick, but he was able to get that one off. Look at all that shit in here, bro. Look. Seminole offense, 2x2 set. Here comes the flag. You got a free play, and the ball's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Ball batted down there. Scores 14-7. About 37 seconds left here in the half. All right, they're looking at the end zone. He's got all the time, but it runs out. Slips out of there. He's going to pick up the first a little bit more and get out of bounds. As McNeil gets out of bounds and the clock stops with about 33 seconds left. All right, as we still see McNeil here. Scores 14-7. Here, 33 seconds left to go in the second quarter. As we do get a glimpse of Tyler Bates talking to QB tonight, Marcus McNeil. He is not suited out. Tyler Bates there doing his best to hide, but with a white backpack that's number 2 on it, I think we know who that is. So looks like the Seminole Stars on the sideline. As McNeil's taking the snaps tonight, got himself in a little battle. Score is 7-14. $33 seconds left. 1st and 10. Ooh, bad snap, and the whistle saves them. As the whistle does save them. Looks to be like they're huddling up as if there was a timeout. So let's see if there was a timeout on the play. Either way, we're going to take a slight pause in the action, if you will. As the ball gets reset, water comes onto the field. We'll be right back. Trips to the right, running back to the left. Pass pro. Looking to step up, has room. He's looking to run now. He looks past him, on to the next one, stumbles a little bit, and gets out of bounds past the 20. Flag comes in for the late hit. Wow, they're going to have some extra yards. I believe that was Jordan Neely on the little rough up outside the sideline there. It's going to hurt him, though, because there's only 20 seconds left before the half as the Seminoles look to tie this up. Two flags on that play as well, one in the area of holding. One at the line of scrimmage and the other one after the play. Try to zoom in there as we tried to listen to what they were talking about, but it looks like there's a couple of flags, and either way, we're moving forward. Like we figured it would hurt them. As the Seminoles break the huddle, they're sprinting because the ball is placed. They're very fast offense. They try to catch teams off guard. Man-to-man coverage, top of your screen. Let's see if McNeil takes a shot, as it looks like he's in the pistol. He's been comfortable there. Interesting. They're huddling back up as the ref said wait for the whistle. You hear me say this in other games, so you don't show the set too quickly, but looks like it's been shown. Both these teams ran either trips or spread all night, both out of the gun. As a nice breeze comes in and you see kids start to take the field again after the rain there in the background. Real games in front of you right here as the Maroon look to score. Comes across, that's Daniel Spencer, takes a handoff, cuts up, 1-2, makes one miss and gets a little physical as he gets the ball down to around the 2-yard line. As it looks like the timeout was called prior to the play. Offense calls the timeout. As it seems, TB2, Tyler Bates, is taking over as one of the coaches here. Obviously, he has say on this team, being the QB, and McNeil seems to be the guy tonight as he coaches him up on the sideline. Dietrich James has been in that offense huddle a lot, number 15. Seems to know the offense fairly well as well. So he's been trying to, you can tell he's been in McNeil's ear throughout the night trying to keep this going. A couple subs on there as Bates makes some calls. See some defensive coaches for the Vikings making some changes out there. It looks like that's Coach Floyd out there barking out orders at the Viking defense, who's been fairly quiet. No big hits, no turnovers. They did have a hit on McNeil earlier around the end zone, kept him out. Later got in on that drive. As they're looking to score here again, 15 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Vikings versus Seminoles, here we go. 2-by-2 set, man-to-man coverage, the bottom of your screen. Spencer comes in motion. They don't give it to him this time. Instead, they go inside to nope. McNeil keeps it, and no one was fooled. As the ball's down, the clock's running. 8, 7, 6. Trips to the right. Ball snapped. As they take the pass. Did he catch it? No, incomplete. Incomplete. Ball hit the ground. I'm assuming they're going to let the clock run out. As the Vikings defense comes up big there. And the Seminoles will get the ball back after halftime, but as of right now, the third quarter, it'll be back in about 10 minutes, and your score is going to be 14-7. The Vikings will lead the Seminoles. Welcome back. All right, both these teams seem to have had good halftime pep talks from their coaches as we are here at the start of the TUFL Game of the Week second half. Dallas Vikings are leading the Seminoles up 14-7. The Seminoles are set to receive. As the ball's still on the ground. The ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground. No flags. I believe the Seminoles recovered it, but they do have a player slow to get up. Seems to be okay. The Seminoles offense will come out here and they'll take over as the quarterback, Marcus McNeil, leading the charge today for the Seminoles. As they come out at the huddle, familiar weapons, Spencer, James. Free play, once again, saves them because the ball was backed up with the bad snap. Encroachment. Spread set, McNeil in the gun. Three-step drop. Looks once, twice, has some time, throws it and nearly intercepted. Number 22 was in coverage. I believe that's Mike Lewis. As he had a chance for the interception, not able to come down with it, but will go down as a pass breakup. Some will call it a dropped INT. Trips left, running backs to the right. McNeil in the gun. Speed option to the right. McNeil takes on a defensive end. Fights for about 3 yards. Going to have a 3rd down and 2. Very reasonable. As the offense looking to get on the ball quick as they have all game. Most of the production has came from when they do run their hurry-up offense. Not sure if it's the midst of the chaos or they just enjoy being the one applying the pressure, but they definitely enjoy sprinting out the huddle, catching the defense slacking. Vikings defense been pretty sound most of the night. Led by its front. Solid rotation in there. Seen everything from Eric Harper to Tyron Stevenson, to Quan Wilford, Trammell Jones. Jordan Neely and Isaac Walker make up the backers. As you see here, a bobbled snap. McNeil gets out of there, though. able to get back to around the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1, possibly 2. As you see the defense adjusting, getting ready. As they look to get target deep in the middle of the field. And this is going to be broken up by number 20, RL, with the coverage. Score is 14-7. Vikings lead this one with about 14 minutes left in the third quarter. This is the Seminoles' first possession in the second half as they come out in a 2-by-2 set. Running backs to the left. As he stays in, he flares left, nowhere to go. QB forced to run up. He's got a lot of room in the middle of the field. Going to pick up the first as well as a lot of contact. As ball's down to the 48 and move the sticks. First down, Seminoles. Everyone getting set, and they do quick snap it, but it's going to be a false start, I bet. As they're trying to run the hurry up, but it's not working. And everybody's on the same page. Oh, excuse me. I believe they gave him the neutral zone. Nope, they're backing it up. False start. False start Seminoles. So hurry up offense backfires there. Seminoles quickly rehuddle and get back out there in a 2-by-2 set spread. Holmes and Spencer here to the left. Bottom of your screen there. McNeil in the gun with Dietrich James in the backfield. Good snap. 3-step drop, makes one miss. Fights away from another, but that's going to still be a sack. It's definitely a sack and loss of 2 yards. We're going to have a second down, and we'll say 18. Almost double sticks, not quite. Two by two set. Spencer in the slot. A little toss, flare right, makes one miss, nowhere to go, loss of a yard. This Vikings defense is getting pretty pumped up. Seminoles sideline looks a little flat. Spread set, McNeil in the gun. He's got his running back to the right. Good snap. 5-step drop. Pressure immediately. Steps up. Gets out to the left. Tosses it left. And he makes 1, 2. Fumbles. Out of bounds, though. Ball will be spotted at the 49, possibly 50. As we get a fourth down and about 7 to 6 yards to go. Ball will be near midfield for the Seminoles. As McNeil's going to fumble. And the Seminoles will get it back. But it was 4th down anyway. So Vikings are going to have the ball here. 10 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Plenty of time, but the Seminoles are going to trail and lose possession now, 14-7. So big drive here for the Vikings as they can put this in 2-possession reach here. As I think we see some action on the sideline here. We'll see how this goes. Everybody gets ready. They come out, run the speed option. He doesn't pitch it. He cuts back, makes 1 miss, 2 miss. He's got room, takes a shot. Solid carry by KT. Gets the 1st down, gain of about 11. As you're familiar with comics, we have some phone booth action going on. Looks like Seminoles collective group decision has had enough, seen enough. Good snap, handoff, spins, makes 1 miss, fights out of 1, 2, runs over another 11-yard gain. So back-to-back rushes with gains of 11 yards as the Vikings defense translates to their offense here, as they have been pretty consistent all game. Trying to make it see out what it was, but the Viking player does get up, but looks like a injury. See if big man is okay. Meanwhile, the Seminoles defense comes out. Looks like Daniel Spencer will be playing corner. Lots of players that go both ways. Let's see what they're beefing up for over here. As we as you get the Vikings with motion across into spread. KT drops back. He's looking to throw. Steps up, steps out. Underhands it to number 10. He gets a break as he gets out of bounds around the 10-yard line. Have a 2nd and 1, but looks like they're approaching the goal line sticks. 2nd and 1, spread. He has the matchups he wants. It's man on man across the board. Safety's in the middle of the field. Let's see what they run here. And they hand it off. It's going to be Jamon, I believe, to the left. Cuts up. Gets it down to around the 2-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal. Ball be placed at the 4-yard line. Handoff again to Mon. Up, makes one miss, two miss. Oh, wow. He's going to run in. I see about 4 Seminoles starting to take a knee here as the Vikings take a 2-score lead, up 20-7. That is big time here, as the offensive production hasn't been there for the Seminoles. Well below their average. As I said before, there's some sideline phone booth action going on. So Clark Kent, Spider-Man, all those people. We'll see if we get a sighting here. It's 20-7. Seminoles dropped 2 scores. Frustrations on the sideline coming from some Seminole players. The kick is up and no good. Didn't really get too much lift off. As the Seminoles will receive. Score is going to remain 20-7. As the Vikings sideline seem to be celebrating a win where I believe they potentially could own the tiebreaker, win this division. It's still early, third quarter. Quarter and a half left. Just under 7.5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Scores 20-7. As kickoff is sent back and received. Finds a lane, looking for a spark and not going to get one here. Little scuffle going on. Helmets come off. And just a little heated action. As the Seminoles offense takes the field. McNeil hasn't seen too much production most of the night. He had one good drive, led them to a touchdown. Other than that, has been shut out a lot through this rainy night. And as I said before, McNeil's on the field, but look here on the sideline. He's suited. It's number 2 for the Seminoles. Warming up his arm. See if we get some TB2 action, and is it going to be on time, early, or too late? Score is 20-7, so definitely 2 possessions. Seminoles do have the ball. They are on the field now. McNeil is in there. So as the refs get settled, we'll get focus back here on the game. If you're just tuning in, the Vikings just scored, put them up, let's say 13 points here. 7.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. It's been Marcus McNeil at the helm for the Seminoles as he runs the read option here. Hands to Dietrich James and makes one miss, 2. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, as it's what it's been for most of the night for McNeil and his offense. Just Tried to air it out a few times during the game, but nothing really connected too much. A couple passes over the middle of the field, which they never went back to. Two-by-two set spread as Spencer motions across. They give it to him. Cuts up. Has some room. Cuts back. Maybe gain of 2 yards. So they've been in this position all night where they have had third and shorts. They've just been unable to convert. Then it turns into fourth down and either long from the loss or penalties, or just not been favorable situations in the down and distance for the Seminoles. As you see here, McNeil has his running back to the right. And they run a little triple option action. He tries to keep it, stumbles forward. He's not going to get far. Again, they'll be in a situation of about 4th and 2, 4th and 3, if you will. So 4th and 3 as the Seminoles get ready here. Number 0, Lawson, getting ready to check in. James signals no, stay off. He's upset, down and distance, short yardage, looking to get some. But we'll see if they're not running that as they're in the pistol. Defense makes some changes. They run a dive. He runs straight down the middle, has a seam. Oh, and he's upended. Upended around the 41, 42-yard line, but he is right. First down on the pickup from James. Number 15 for the Seminoles. Here comes the speed offense as McNeil gets in the gun. Pistol. James right behind him. Comes downhill. Play action. Looks to pass. Slips up. Feels the pressure. Makes 1 miss, 2 miss, and takes a shot. But he's going to gain about 6 to 7 yards as the ball gets closer to midfield here. All right, gun set now, spread. Running back to the right. Spencer motions across. Ball snapped after. James with the carry, cuts up, 1, 2, makes 1 miss. Gets outside as number 20 does regain contain. But not till after the 10-yard gain. First down, Seminoles. Ball's moving here. Defense makes some rotations. 2-by-2 set. Running back is to the right. They drop back here. 3-step drop. He looks downfield. He's got time. He's going to let the ball rip. Throws an out route to the. They're going to give him the reception. About a gain of 4 yards. So 20 to 25-yard pass, but only gain of 4. Looks like we're going to have a timeout called, so take a second to talk about what we see here. Number 2 is on the field for the Seminoles now. As you see, McNeil banged up, and he's taking the seat on the bench. Looks like it's time, y'all. Tune in, like, share. If you were looking to get a sight and see Tyler Bates in action, looks like number 2 is on the field as he'll come in with the ball across midfield. 2nd and 7. Little refresh. McNeil didn't play a bad game. I'm sure he doesn't get too much game time as far as being in sync with this team. Just weather not favorable for the offense too much. Not a lot of production in it. Let's see if Tyler Bates can get this offense back on track and closer to their averages. There you see it. Tyler Bates is in the game. Spread set. Bates running back to the right in the gun. Says Hut. They run the read. Handoff left. And James is going backwards and even further backwards after he makes 1 miss. Referee's going to give him the loss here at about the 47-yard line, as Tyler Bates will regroup his offense here and see what they can do in a 3rd down situation and about 13. Defense look ready with 2 safeties high. Spread set. Running backs to the right. He's making some changes. He settles in here. Ball snap. 5-step drop. Throws it to the right. And Turf Monster eats up James. As the reception's good for a loss of 3. So first series, you're going to have a 4th and 15 as Tyler Bates took over and didn't see much production. Same. He'll get the 4th down here. And let's see what they run. Making some calls, checking in with Spencer here. You know the defense is ready for that. They do have 2 safeties high. 20 down at the bottom of your screen is RL. As he communicates with the safety. Let's see what this defensive group does. As Tyler drops back, he's got time. He's looking to let it rip. He's got a receiver, and he's going to throw a pick as the Vikings with the interception. That's number 14. What a play as he went up to get it. Ball floated. Obviously the same as a punt situation there for Tyler. He just lets one rip, tries to give his receiver a chance. And we'll see if we got that one on replay. 4th down and 15, and Tyler lets it rip to the top of the screen. Had the one-on-one coverage. Safety was late, just underthrew his spot, so not very warm. First series here, and the defense will come out. And Vikings offense will take the field. As KT comes out, Thomas and QB. And they run it to the left. It's going to take a hit, and he'll get it down to about a 2-yard gain, about the 17-yard line. Vikings offense set to regroup here as Seminoles actually offenses together. They're talking about it on the sideline, getting things squared away so they can try to get it going. Trips to the right. 3-step drop. He's looking quick. Flares it to the running back. He's going to secure the catch for a gain about 3. We're going to have a 3rd and about 5. So not quite the spark that the Seminoles were looking for as the Vikings do get the ball back and they're looking to drive. Let's see if the Seminole defense can help out the Seminole offense with the stop here and get them the ball back quickly as we approach the end of the 3rd quarter, under 2 minutes. Trips to the left. Running back flares. They run the speed option as KT keeps it and slides down for a gain. 1st down. Gain of 7. Thomas is a vet, so he definitely knows how to control the clock. Slides down there to avoid contact. Just a veteran play for him as he runs up the middle on the option keeper. Most of the night, the Seminoles have been taking the pitch man, so he's been forced to keep it. I'm sure he has well over 50 yards on the ground, if not around there. Trips to the left, running back to... Oh, ball's on the ground. Seminoles, I think, got it. No, Vikings recover, so good job by them getting on the ball. Ball popped out right away. Again, it's slick out there. You can see that's not a glare from the field. It's actually from the water that came through about twice, one before the game and a nice little storm on the second half. As you can see, the Seminole defense comes out and trips to the right. He cocks back, looks up, lets it rip across the middle of the field. I believe he catches it. It's going to be a 1st down. Ball's down to the 40. as this quarter is going to come to an end, and we'll take a break here. Scores 20-7. The Vikings lead and have the ball as we'll get set for the fourth quarter. Two by two setter. We are back. Start of the fourth quarter. Oh, play action to start. And he's got room. Breaks pocket. Looks up. He's going to take off and run it. He'll just get out of bounds here and take the 4-yard gain. Thomas with the smart play. Didn't want to throw it downfield. Looks like he had a man deep. He wanted to let it go, but the wind is coming in from that side. So smart play by him as he gets out of bounds. Vikings with a little speed here. You think they would take their time as the clock ticks to 14 minutes in the fourth. Trips to the left. Running back is to the right. Flares out. They're passing again. Throws it to the middle of the field. They're confident in KT's protection of the ball, but it looks like they're still trying to score. So they're not counting it too early. They're trying to get it in there and score. As you get a look here at the Seminoles offense down at the bottom of your screen, they're ready to take the field again. They're ready to get out there. But the Vikings have had the ball here now for about 3 minutes of total possession. Like I said, with 14 minutes to go here left in the fourth quarter. Resets his single receiver. There's no one out there. It's man-to-man. I would have not motioned the guy over there, but they do anyway to free up the middle for a run play. So great play design here on third down, which is obviously a passing situation. They run almost a draw right up the middle. As number 10 was able to move the sticks for the Viking offense. They come out there again in their all white uniforms, red accents. Trips to the right, running back to the right. Good snap. KT makes one mix. Skedaddles out, lofts one out to the running back. Great play. Oh, and he makes one miss badly and gets out of bounds after a gain of 13. We definitely will have that one on replay. As wow, he gave him a 1-2 step jab inside and got back outside super quick. We hope to get that one on your screen here. Let's take a look here. KT dropped back, nowhere to go, steps up, stays tight in the pocket, makes one miss, gets rid of it last minute, and here we go. Woo! Nowhere to go, and he gets upfield about gain of 13 yards as they run the quick hitch to the top of your screen. Gain of about 4. This Viking offense is driving, looking like they're clicking as the weather cleared up. The football is dry. And the defense for the Seminoles is looking to get a stop, and offense is going to have to score quickly as it is. So let's see how this pans out here. Trips to the left, one to the right, running back to the left. Here comes the motion, man. Expect a handoff up the gut. Nope, toss left. Brewer makes one miss, cuts back on another, gets caught up by his own mess, and there's about 6 people there, so he's not going to really go anywhere. Trying to make something happen there on third down. Unfortunately, you're in a punt situation now. Not sure if you were going to be in a field goal situation as is, but let's see if they punt it away here, actually try something tricky here, because they are across the 40, so we'll see what type of play we have for the down and distance given. Go 2x2 traditional spread set. Thomas in the gun. He drops back. He's looking to go, and it's a dead play. As we got penalties, let's see what the line judge calls. White hat gets the call. Again, your score is 20-7. 2-score game. The clock, we're going on about 6 minutes here in this drive. Clock is stopped for now. And here we go. Ticking down just around to 11 minutes now. Trips, empty backfield, so 3 to the top of your screen. Thomas back there by himself, has 2 receivers to his left. He gets a 5-step drop. He's looking deep, and he's going to take a shot deep. As number 8 secures it, little bobble, but secures it. And he gets the ball down to about the 15-yard line. Great patience from Thomas, as he's able to deliver the ball where it needed to be. Receiver hugs the sideline, gets 2 feet in, secures the catch, almost messed it up, but he was able to bring it in, so heck of a play. Thomas comes out again in the gun. Single receiver at the top is gated, number 84. He also has trips at the bottom of your screen. They run a speed option to the right, and he makes the pitch as he's going to go back to the line of scrimmage, number 8. As we had a 1st and 10 gain, he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, so we're going to have a 2nd down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Let's see what the Vikings come out in. If you look here now, Mon Roberts is at the bottom of your screen. Single coverage. If I know this team, they're taking a shot. Looks like it was covered. He bounced out, rolled to the right. He's going to throw it to the back pylon and misses high. Like I said, he was targeting Mon down there, just got forced out to the right. Can't leave him in single coverage, and they did. Daniel Spencer was actually on Mon for that play, and that's a receiver on receiver. So at that instance, is who's going to go get the ball. Shocked he didn't just put it up for him, but smart play. He lives to fight another. As this drive approaches about 8 minutes. 7 minutes of game time. right, you see Lynn Miles checking the game back there and Thomas in the gun. So we have spread set. Roberts at the bottom of your screen. And timeout, Vikings. As they lead this one by 13 points with 10 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Score of 20-7. New Era Media is live, hosted by The Backyard, and we will be right back. All right, we are back 3rd and 10. Motion across Thomas's face. They hand it to him. It's a reverse. It's a reverse pass. Nope, it's a reverse run to Mon, and they're going to lose about 3 yards. So interesting play call there as multiple flags come in from the sideline. We'll see what the refs call down here. Honestly, after the first pitch, they probably could have had good yardage to the outside as number 7 pitches it back. So way to stay at home by the Seminoles as they look to put an end to this long drive. As tonight has been filled with rain. Right now is actually a beautiful night for football. Slight breeze that came with the rain, but it is clear. It's been clear for most of the game. Just want to thank you for tuning in. As this TUFL game of the week looks to take a little bit of form here. Trips, motion across his face as they fake it and then give it on the draw. Makes 1 or 2 miss. He's going to get the ball down to around the 3-yard line. As the Vikings sideline gets excited. Some tough play coming from that offensive line. Quick huddle here as they come out in the spread. Interesting, you have a big back, but you're going to go with the spread down here. Ball's inside the 5. Running backs to the left. They fake it and throw the bubble to number 7. He waits, makes 1 miss. He's going to fall short. He's going to be down at the 1-yard line, and you're going to have a 4th down. So here we go. This is a huge play. Ball's placed at the 2-yard line. And it looks to be 3rd down, but I'm not sure if he changed the marker yet. Try to get a look from the referee. It does look to be 3rd down. And they handed up the gut to number 10. He's not going to get in either. He may have gotten a gain of a yard. And here we go. 4th down and 1. Let's see what personnel comes in. Referee has a timeout. As this could decide the game, in my opinion. It's a 3-possession game. Would be tough to come back from with only 7 minutes left. as the clock ticks now under 8 minutes. So this drive has taken up at least half of this quarter, including the rest of the third, which was about 2 minutes, as they come down here with trips to the left, running back to the left. Nothing on the right side of the field. Look for a keepers, essentially a bubble screen. It's man coverage. I'm definitely running the ball here. 4th down. Timeout Vikings, as that play was going nowhere. It's a good observation by the coach to call a timeout and regroup his guys and talk this over. So we get a good shot here of the Venus Bulldogs Stadium. As the sideline gets ready, Seminoles look to take the field regardless of the play outcome. They're going out here soon. Going to have to score quick regardless of the outcome of this next play. But if they score, 3-possession game, 21 points is tough to come back from with semi-pro down 6 with 6 minutes left to go in the 4th. But let me not speak too soon here as the Seminole defense looks to come up big here. The Vikings offense looks to put it in. As the offensive linemen come out here. As they get ready. Mon Roberts at the bottom of your screen. Singleton also down there in the slot. Brady for Caden at the top. And a smooth check-in for number 47. I believe that's Harper, Eric Harper. Could be wrong. With a big back. Let's see if they release the tight end here. Let's see if they release the tight end. I told you. The tight end was open. He just dropped it. And what a stop. What a stop as he released outside. The rush is what did it. But the Seminole offense is coming back out here. Big stop, 2 scores. As Tyler Bates will take over. And this Seminole offense will try to get going. Got to be careful of a safety. When I say that ball, let's zoom in here. This ball is placed. We're about to see a 99-yard drive if Tyler Bates can score this here. So let's see what's going on here. That ball is inside the 1-yard line. So let's see. We got 7 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Score's 20-7, and it could be TB2 time. Here we go. Looks like he got a free play on the first one. He's got all day to throw it. Floats it in the middle, and we got a completion for about 15 yards. He did get the free play. I'm assuming he will decline that. Just wanted the room. As this game's getting good down to the wire. If you've been waiting to get a glimpse of Tyler Bates, he is out there now. Did not play the first half and most of the 3rd quarter, but he has touched the field twice now. Last series he did have a pick in a Hail Mary situation. He now has an empty backfield. Just him back there by himself. Looks like 3 linemen coming. And they don't get there. He's going to throw it quick to Spencer. Incomplete. Ball's low. As the Viking defense looks to hold up. Here they go, 2-by-2 set. Bates is running back to the right. I believe it's James. Good snap, no pressure. He's able to make one miss, and he throws throws it away. So outside the pocket, and I don't think they're going to give it to him. They give him a flag. I'm not sure for what. Let's find out. He did break the tackle box, but I don't think there was a receiver around, and the ball didn't quite make it all the way out of bounds. So could have an intentional grounding here. That's what I'm going to say. Let's see what the call is here. Good snap, and they do hand it off to James. He'll get maybe 2 or 3. 1 yard on the carry, so I believe it's going to be 3rd down. 4th down now, and double sticks. 4th and 20 for Bates. So if you're watching here, not much offensive production as the penalty hurt them on this drive. As they reset here, they're going to get set in the 2x2 set. Let's see what happens. By 2 set. He does say hut. It's a roll out right. He breaks box now. He's looking deep. He knows the down and distance, so he's going to throw it up and give his guy a shot. And it's an incomplete pass as RL looked to secure the pick, but as he got the ball down at the end zone now, and the Vikings going to look to score again. They were just in this spot, though. Let's see if they can hold it. As once again, the Vikings sideline looks to celebrate a little bit more here as we're at the 5.5-minute mark. The Seminoles are down 13 points, and your Vikings lead it 20-7. A 2x2 set. Mon at the bottom of your screen. Let's see if they take a shot here. And nope, they keep it on the ground as number 7 hits a spinning move. Couple of them, and he gets the ball down to about the 4-yard line. As that has to be one of the fastest spins I think I've seen. Great play. Some of the Vikings players now have a Seminole chant going, so looking like they're going to win this one here, but there is still 5 minutes left to play, and I've seen crazier things happen in semi-pro football. And Roberts at the bottom of your screen. a pause in action. It looks like we have a slight injury. If you've kept up with this game, the Seminoles haven't had too much offensive production. As that looks to be Marcus McNeil on defense. As you know, he was in at QB for the first half. And he had some physical play there and wanted to get some defense in, I guess. A lot of these Seminole players do play on both sides of the ball. As they'll come and talk about it. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Thomas in the gun, fakes it, throws the out route, and out of reach as the receiver slipped at the top of his route. Ball too high. I believe it's fourth down. And the field goal unit will come out. Field goal actually still doesn't change too much. It'd be obviously it changes enough, but a field goal is going to put them at about 16 points. So still only 2 possessions. Just not sure that there's going to be enough time for the offensive production that the Seminoles have shown here tonight. As the field goal unit comes out, good snap, good hold, ball's up, and field goal's good. We're gonna have a score of 23-7, Vikings over the Seminoles. So far, we have 4 minutes left to go here in the game, and it's a 2-possession game. As we'll get to see one more time, at least, Tyler Bates and company, as he takes over his offense. Showing up a little late to this one. See if he can make something happen here as the Vikings get set to kick off. Two set after the return. First down. Running backs to the right. Bates in the gun. Good snap. 3-step drop. Throws the hitch. And he'll get a gain of about 5 or 6 yards. expresses his frustrations. The Seminoles here watch the clock at 3:42 as they are down 16 points. And the offense looks to get it going. Thrown deep, receiver goes up, so does the DB, and neither one of them comes down with it as we get a little rain here. Coming in here at the end of this game with about 3.5 minutes left. Deep ball is thrown and incomplete. Come back out here, 2-by-2 set. Bates is running back. It's to the right of him as the wind is blowing here. Ball snapped. You got some deep routes, got some hitches. He's got time. Breaks pocket, makes one miss, gets a good block, throws it, and it's intercepted by number 20. He's still on the move. Spins once, spins twice, cuts up, ball across the 50. Tyler Bates will have his second pick of the night here as he's working from down here. 3 minutes left to go, and we got some flags at the top of your screen, so let's see what the call is. As the wind here is really picked up. Nice weather, but a little chilly now as the night progresses. 3 minutes left to go in this game. As the ball moves ball's actually replaced. Second down. Two by two set, hand off to the left. He slips through, makes one miss, cuts back. He's still on his feet, and then takes a shot. Got to know when to get down, as he does take a hard shot there, but into the game trying to make something happen. So he falls to the ground there as these sidelines start to get a little chippier as each team gets closer to their fate for the night. Not what the Seminoles want to see, but they're going to have to take what they can as they maintain possession here in the 3rd and 25. Bates still in there. 2-by-2 set. He makes a couple of changes. James motions out to his left. So he has 2 receivers to the right and 3 to the left. Linebacker now walks up. He's coming up on the end. Delayed blitz. Throws it, nearly picked off the hands of number 12. As he was looking to make a play there, and the clock is now at 2 minutes. Just over 2 minutes. 2-minute warning approaching. As you have a 4th down and possibly Vikings ending this game with possession. As Tyler Bates will look to make something happen here on see what's in his playbook for 4th and 25. 3 receivers to his right and 2 to his left. You have 2 safeties deep, at least 30 yards off the ball. They're playing further than the sticks, which is never a good thing, but the ball's launched deep, Hail Mary situation, and it's caught. Dietrich James goes up and gets it, and there was 4 Vikings players in the area. 4 Vikings players in the area. I don't know how many times I need to say that. 4 Viking players in the area. As you see here on the replay, man, Bates bought some time, rolled left, threw it up. He has trust in him because he knew there was 4 guys there. So, you know, he went up and around, squared his shoulders, made a good throw, tight spiral, and you can count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4 Vikings players in the area. First down, Seminoles. As they look to regroup here, looks like a 2-minute warning came in, so a minute 58 left. As the Seminoles look to make this a little interesting. See if they can pack on a touchdown here late in the game. And it's a big play capability that seemed to happen when Tyler Bates is in there that was not there the first half. No really big plays. One good drive when McNeil was in there, and other than that, looked a little stagnant on offense. Bates hasn't looked too good until this series as he's been able to move the ball, but 2-by-2 set now. He's looking to get it in the end zone as he drops back, and he throws the fade deep for his receiver. He gets a hand on it, but the ball is going to be out of bounds. DB was in coverage. Just put one up to a spot there. As you can see there, they come out with a lot of room for the single receiver side. A 2-by-2 set. They hand it off up the middle to guess who? James. And where does he go? End zone. 6 points. A minute 50 left. Score is going to be 23-13. As I'm sure we'll get a 2-point conversion here. They need this 2-point conversion to keep it a interesting and worthwhile game. I think this one's going to be a little interesting all the way up until the end, depending on what the Vikings do with the ball. But they really need this one here to be competitive and have a shot. Two-by-two set. The slot closest to him is close, so expect the bubble out of him, and he does run the bubble. And he throws the slant, though, and it's good. One of my favorite plays. RPO, slant, bubble, take the handoff. QB makes the right read. It's a touchdown. Way to secure it. This one gets interesting. 23-15. Just under 2 minutes left to go. Vikings do have some timeouts. Seminoles might have one. I wonder if we'll see an onside kick here. As we approach the end of this one, if you would like to comment on some scores from around the TUFL, please let me know, and I will get them on here. A minute 49 is left in this game. They're set to kick off. Again, any other scores from around the league, go ahead and let me know. We can get them on the presentation. As we get an onside kick, the ball's going to bounce one time. Nope, it is received by number 7. 7. Spins once, spins twice, goes out of bounds wisely. They're going to have the ball at the 32-yard line with just under 2 minutes left in the game. All right, we got the onside kick, which was a no-go. Seminoles defense will take the field, and the Vikings offense will look to put this one away, run this clock out. And some scores around the league. The War Rhinos won their matchup 46-0 in a lopsided finish. The Vikings do come out in a traditional spread still. Ball security is a must here. 2-by-2 set with a single running back. Something to the coach up there while we wait, as this one looks to be all but over, so not sure what they possibly could be explaining to him. So we'll take a look here as the ball does get reset. 2-by-2 spread set. Number 25 is back there, Cameron Linville. As we're underway here. Good snap, and the handoff is number 26. He gets to the outside. He's going to make one miss, and he's going to look to cut back. Stays in bounds wisely, and the clock will continue to roll. Nope. Timeout, Vikings. Nope. Timeout, Seminoles. They did have some left, so Seminoles burn a timeout here at 1:38, and your score is 23-15 as the Vikings pick up good yardage on first down, and they'll have a 2nd and about 4 as they look to close this one out. Again, 1:38 left in this game. And this is New Era Media, hosted by The Backyard. TUFL Game of the Week matchup. When some weather changes here, some QB changes, and the Vikings prevail 23-15 so far with 1:40 left in this game. They lead it as they come out the huddle now. Motion man comes across to the right, and there's going to be what you're afraid of. Too much motion, and there's going to be a false start, and they'll back it up. So a 2nd and short. This first down here is pretty crucial. There will be limited time left on the clock, but you don't want to give the ball back to the offense of the Seminoles. Let's see if this takes a turn here as 2nd and 3 turns into 2nd and 8. If you're just tuning in, handoff to the left, going nowhere. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. We're going to have a 3rd and 9. And there's going to be a timeout, Seminoles. I believe that's the last one. But how big is that penalty now? 3rd down and 9. Tyler Bates he wants the ball back. He wants to give this thing one more go. Vikings come out with trips to the right, running backs to the right, as you should see a read here. And they don't. They run a screen to number 7. He makes 1 miss, 2 miss, and he gets the ball down back to where they were. So we are going to have a 4th down and 4, and some decisions to be made by the Vikings coaching staff as the Seminoles call their final timeout. So they did have 3. So they call their final timeout. It's going to be 4th and 5. I would think a punt unit is coming out. You don't want to give up the short field in case you don't get it. And there is a minute 20 left in this game. So I'm going to say they left it alive a little bit here as the Vikings send out, looks to be the punt unit. And Seminoles QB, Tyler Bates, is going to get the ball back with a minute and some change left. No timeouts after just putting up a quick 8 points. 23-15 is your score. Here we go. Yep. Here's the punt. It's off. He's going to let it bounce. No one around it. Ball's going to be down at the 35-yard line. So here we go. No timeouts. We're looking at a drive. And the Seminoles still have a chance to win it. So Vikings may have dropped the ball a little bit on that one, but let's see. They punt the ball here. A minute 20. Tyler Bates up to bat. 2-by-2. Traditional spread. Nope. Empty. 3 to the left. 2 to the right. You look here. He gets a quick screen. Gain of 4. Clock's running. Minute 10. And the drive begins. Linemen hustle back to the ball. Now this is their forte when it comes to the Seminoles. They like to hurry up, get the ball set, and they're ready to rock and roll. So as you see here, they go back to the empty set. Nope, 2-by-2 set. Running back's back there now. Now they look to throw across the middle of the field. He's got the ball, and he's going to get it down to the 40. Clock's running. 45 seconds and counting. 45 seconds and counting, and oh no. Injury. At that, oh wow. Vikings player down, so it's going to be a referee timeout. Clock's going to stop. And wow, we're gonna take a break here. Tune in, share. 42 seconds left. All right, we are back after the injury here. Clock is rolling, 38 seconds, 2-2. He's in the gun, he drops back, he's looking to throw, finds his man, gets the ball down to around the 28-yard line. Clock still rolling, 23 seconds. Ball set, lines down. Good snap, and it's a free play. They didn't see it, and it's incomplete. They didn't see it. And oh, wow, the Vikings player, there it comes. He did see it. Okay. The Vikings player was offsides. He was running back. It should have been a free play. Clock was still rolling, but it was a free play. I would have took my shot, but with no flag, looks like he went for the reception. No timeouts. It's almost glad that he didn't catch that ball, as we're going to get a couple shots to the end zone now. Go. Back at it, 2-2 set, 11 seconds left on the clock. Second down. Ball snapped. He's got time. And he's being chased, and he throws it to the sideline, and he gets out of bounds. 6 seconds left. Ball's around the 21-yard line. And we're going to have about maybe one play. He might be able to get 2 in, depending on what it is. So let's see what happens here. As he has single coverage to the top. Not sure if he tries his receiver number 4 on a go. They're playing butt to sideline. 4, 3, last play. Last play, ball's in the air. And it's caught. Oh, he dropped it. He had it in his hands and he dropped it. He went to Spencer, and Spencer tried to hold it in and he couldn't do it. And that's going to wrap up this game. Vikings will get away with one, 23-15, as Tyler Bates gave his best effort, just couldn't get it done, and that's going to wrap it up for this week's Game of the Week. Another nail biter. Thanks to New Era Media for being in the house. Presented by myself, The Backyard, and that wraps it up for this week as the Vikings handle business.